And that first half performance from him, obviously capped off with that assist, demonstrates exactly why he needs to leave Arsenal. And look, I'm not saying that to really piss off Arsenal fans or anything. He is good enough to be starting week in, week out for a high-level Premier League.
See, I don't get this. I don't agree with it. Seb's a good guy for a Spurs creator, good lad. But this idea that Arsenal, or really any club other than City, can't have this level of player on the bench, it makes no sense to me. When it's City, every single player on City's bench walks into 90% of Premier League teams. But no one ever says they need to leave the club. You know, Rico Lewis against Villa last night was brilliant. No one's come out afterwards saying he needs to leave the club. All right, he's a bit younger than Smith Rowe, but in the case of Smith Rowe, most of this season he's been injured anyway. It's not like he's just been frozen out of the squad and not given chances. And if you want to compete with Man City, that's the level of player you need on the bench. We saw exactly what happens last season if you don't have that level of player on the bench, because we brought in Rob Holding and it cost us the league. And yet seemingly, you know, if a player is good enough to start for most teams, they need to leave Arsenal and do it. How are you meant to compete with City when they have a full squad of elite players if you're not doing a similar sort of thing? You know, Smith Rowe probably doesn't get into Arsenal starting 11, but he gets into most other Premier League squads. That's good. That means the drop-off, when there are injuries and Smith Rowe has to come in, isn't massive. And I know some people's response will be, yeah, but at City you're guaranteed trophies. Fine, but how's any other team meant to start winning trophies if they're not doing the same thing?